Beloved one, listen closely, because the moment you have been waiting for may already be beginning, not with a dramatic miracle that suddenly changes everything, but with a quiet shift inside you that is preparing your life to move in a completely different direction. You have wondered why so much has taken so long. You have asked why certain prayers seemed unanswered, why opportunities appeared and disappeared, why people you trusted walked away, why plans you carefully created did not unfold, and why you have sometimes felt as though you were standing still while everyone around you seemed to be moving forward. But beloved one, you have not been standing still. You have been gathering strength. You have been developing discernment. You have been releasing identities that could not accompany you into the next chapter. You have been learning how to hear your own soul beneath the noise of fear, expectations, comparison, and the opinions of others. What looked like a delay was often preparation. What looked like rejection was sometimes protection. What looked like an ending was often the beginning of a redirection you could not yet understand. I, Archangel Michael, come to remind you that your path has never required you to see the entire road before taking the next step. You have been asking for certainty because you are afraid of making another mistake, but beloved one, you are not the same person who made those choices in the past. You have learned. You have awakened. You have become more conscious. You have experienced enough to recognize patterns that once remained invisible to you. You know now what you cannot unknow. You know how it feels to abandon yourself for someone else's approval. You know how exhausting it is to remain where your heart has already said goodbye. You know what happens when you ignore your intuition simply because the truth is inconvenient. And this wisdom is preparing you for a different kind of life. Beloved one, there is something within you that has been quietly asking for freedom. Perhaps you cannot even put it into words. You simply know that you do not want to continue living the way you have been living. You want more meaning. You want deeper connections. You want peace that does not depend upon circumstances. You want to wake up feeling that your life belongs to you. You want to create something that matters. You want to stop performing a version of yourself that keeps everyone else comfortable while leaving you emotionally exhausted. This desire is not selfish. It is a sign that your soul is asking you to return to authenticity. You have spent enough time trying to fit into places that required you to become smaller. You have spent enough time questioning whether your dreams are realistic because someone else could not see them. You have spent enough time apologizing for your sensitivity, your depth, your intuition, your need for honesty, and your desire for something meaningful. You do not need to become less of yourself to deserve belonging. The right places will make room for who you are becoming. Beloved one, you may currently be experiencing a strange distance from things that once mattered deeply. A conversation that once fascinated you may now feel empty. A relationship that once consumed your thoughts may now feel like something you have already outgrown. A goal that once motivated you may suddenly seem less important. Do not panic when your desires change. Growth changes your definition of fulfillment. There is nothing wrong with discovering that something you once wanted no longer represents who you are. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to choose again. You are allowed to say, I thought this was my destination, but now I understand that it was only part of the journey. Beloved one, perhaps one of your deepest struggles has been the fear that you have missed your chance. You look at your past and think about the opportunities you did not take, the words you did not say, the decisions you wish you could change, and the time you believe you wasted. But I ask you to release this burden. You cannot walk into a new chapter while continually punishing yourself for the old one. Your past does not need to be erased for your future to become beautiful. It needs to be integrated. Take the wisdom. Take the courage. Take the lessons. Leave the shame. You are not required to carry guilt into places where wisdom is enough. Beloved one, there are things you did not know then that you know now. That is called growth. Do not use your present awareness as a weapon against your former self. Speak to that earlier version of you with compassion. Tell them, you were learning. You were doing what you believed was best. You survived. You continued. And now I will carry us forward. When you forgive your former self, you stop wasting energy trying to change what cannot be changed. That energy becomes available for creation. Beloved one, the next chapter of your life will require you to trust action more than anticipation. You have spent a great deal of time imagining what could happen, preparing for every possibility, and trying to protect yourself from disappointment. But there comes a moment when preparation becomes another form of avoidance. You can research forever. You can plan forever. You can wait for the perfect sign forever. Eventually, you must move. Take the class. Start the project. Make the call. Submit the application. Write the first page. Have the honest conversation. Establish the boundary. Begin the thing that has been living inside your imagination. You do not need to know whether it will become everything you hope. You only need to give it a chance to exist. Beloved one, courage does not always feel powerful. Sometimes courage looks like trembling hands and a racing heart while you take one small step anyway. Sometimes courage is simply refusing to return to what you already know is unhealthy. Sometimes courage is choosing peace even when chaos feels familiar. Sometimes courage is saying, I do not know what happens next, but I know I cannot remain here. This is sacred courage. Beloved one, you have asked for signs, and perhaps you are waiting for something unmistakable. But look at the patterns already surrounding you. Notice the ideas that continue returning. Notice the doors that keep opening despite your hesitation. Notice the people who bring clarity rather than confusion. Notice the opportunities that align with your values. Notice how certain circumstances repeatedly drain you while others leave you feeling alive. Your life is constantly communicating through patterns. You do not need to interpret every coincidence as a supernatural message, but you should pay attention to what consistently reveals itself. Repetition can be an invitation to look deeper. Beloved one, there is also a reason you may feel more protective of your energy now. You are learning that not every problem belongs to you. Not every person needs to be rescued. Not every conflict needs your involvement. Not every opinion requires your response. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Your energy is a sacred resource, and you are beginning to understand that where you place your attention, your life begins to grow. If you spend every day feeding fear, comparison, resentment, and unnecessary conflict, those things become larger within your consciousness. If you spend your energy on creation, learning, gratitude, meaningful relationships, and purposeful action, your inner world begins to change. Choose carefully what you nourish. Beloved one, you are also learning that boundaries are not walls against love. They are structures that allow healthy love to exist. You can be compassionate without allowing manipulation. You can forgive without returning to harmful patterns. You can help someone without carrying their entire life. You can love someone without sacrificing your identity. This is one of the most important lessons of your awakening. The old version of you may have believed that love meant enduring everything. The new version understands that love must include truth. Beloved one, if someone has recently left your life, do not assume that their departure means your story is becoming smaller. Sometimes the removal of one connection creates space for several new possibilities. You may not see them immediately because grief occupies the space first. Let yourself grieve. Do not rush to replace what has ended. There is wisdom in emptiness. Empty space allows you to hear yourself again. Empty space allows you to discover what you actually want without someone else's presence influencing every decision. Empty space can become the birthplace of something new. Beloved one, perhaps you have been praying for a breakthrough in your finances, career, relationships, creativity, or personal life. I want you to understand that breakthroughs often begin internally before they become visible externally. First, your beliefs change. Then your choices change. Then your habits change. Then your circumstances begin responding to those new patterns. Do not underestimate the invisible stage. A foundation is not impressive while it is being built, but everything that comes afterward depends upon it. Your current season may be building foundations for a future you have not yet seen. Beloved one, do not compare your process with someone else's visible results. You are seeing their harvest without seeing their years of preparation. You are seeing their confidence without seeing their private doubts. You are seeing their success without seeing what they had to release. Comparison is often an illusion created by incomplete information. Return to your own path. Your journey has its own rhythm. Beloved one, there is a moment approaching when you will realize that you no longer need to chase what once consumed you. Something will shift inside you. You will stop checking. You will stop waiting. You will stop wondering whether someone will finally recognize your worth. You will stop trying to force a door open. And in that moment, you will become available for something more aligned. This is one of the mysteries of divine timing. Sometimes the blessing cannot arrive because your hands are still tightly holding what you have already outgrown. Release does not mean giving up. Release means creating space. Beloved one, tonight, place your hand over your heart and speak these words slowly. I release the need to control the timing of my life. I release the fear that I have missed my opportunity. I release the belief that my past determines my future. I trust that every ending can create space for a beginning. I trust my intuition. I trust my growth. I trust the next step. I am willing to receive what is aligned with my highest path. Then breathe deeply and allow silence to surround you. You may not receive an immediate answer, and that is all right. The divine does not always communicate through instant certainty. Sometimes the answer comes through a change in circumstances. Sometimes through a new person. Sometimes through an opportunity. Sometimes through a sudden understanding that makes an old question disappear. And sometimes the answer is simply the peace that arrives when you stop fighting what you already know. Beloved one, the chapter you have been waiting for is beginning in ways you cannot yet see. Do not demand that it announce itself loudly. Some of the greatest transformations begin quietly. A new thought. A new boundary. A new habit. A new decision. A new willingness to believe that life can be different. These small changes can become the first lines of an entirely new story. Beloved one, I ask you to stop looking at your life only through the lens of what has not happened. Look also at what has changed. You have survived things you once believed you could not survive. You have learned things you once did not understand. You have become more discerning. You have developed strength. You have discovered parts of yourself that would have remained hidden without difficulty. You are still here. That matters. Your continued presence is evidence that your story is not finished. Beloved one, there are people you have not yet met who will appreciate the person you are becoming. There are places you have not yet visited that will awaken something within you. There are ideas you have not yet explored that may become deeply meaningful. There are opportunities you cannot currently imagine because they depend upon choices you have not yet made. Do not let today's limitations become tomorrow's assumptions. Your current circumstances are a photograph, not the entire movie. Beloved one, walk forward without demanding guarantees. Walk forward with wisdom. Walk forward with discernment. Walk forward with your heart open and your eyes awake. Let your past inform you, but do not let it imprison you. Let your intuition guide you, but allow reality to confirm what you sense. Let your faith inspire you, but continue taking practical action. Heaven can illuminate the path, but you must still walk it. Beloved one, I, Archangel Michael, remind you that you are not waiting for your life to begin. Your life is happening now. The next chapter is being written through the decisions you make today. Every time you choose truth over fear, you write a new line. Every time you choose self-respect over approval, you write a new line. Every time you choose courage over avoidance, you write a new line. Every time you release what is finished, you create space for what is becoming. You are not powerless before your future. You are a participant in its creation. And even when you cannot control what happens, you can choose who you become in response. Beloved one, the season ahead may ask you to leave familiar ground, but remember this: unfamiliar does not mean unsafe, and uncertain does not mean wrong. Sometimes the greatest growth begins where your old identity no longer knows what to do. Trust yourself enough to learn. Trust yourself enough to begin. Trust yourself enough to make mistakes and adjust. Trust yourself enough to walk without having every answer. The light will meet you along the way. The next door will reveal itself when you approach the one in front of you. You do not need to open every door today. Only the next one. Beloved one, something is changing. Something is awakening. Something is being prepared. Perhaps you can feel it in the restlessness within your heart, in the ideas that will not leave you, in the relationships that are changing, in the desire for deeper meaning, or in the quiet certainty that you cannot continue living exactly as you have before. Honor that feeling. Do not rush it, but do not ignore it. It may be the first whisper of your next chapter. And when the time comes, beloved one, you will not need to force the door. You will simply recognize that it is time to walk through. Until then, keep preparing. Keep healing. Keep learning. Keep choosing yourself. Keep listening. The future is not demanding that you become perfect. It is asking that you become willing. Willing to trust. Willing to grow. Willing to release. Willing to receive. Willing to believe that the story can change. Beloved one, the chapter you have been waiting for is already beginning, quietly and invisibly, through the transformation taking place within you. You may not see the full picture yet, but the pieces are moving. The path is opening. The old is loosening its hold. And the light ahead is growing stronger. Take one more step. Then another. Your journey is not over. In truth, beloved one, it may be only now beginning to become everything your soul has been preparing you to receive.